Hare Krishna, Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ashta Sakhi ki jai, Panchatattva Bhagwan ki jai, Lakshmi Nrsimha Dev Bhagwan ki jai. How stunning he was with all the Chandan alakar. Firstly, before we begin, first, on behalf of my leader, I'd like to thank all the people who came in, did their japa lead services. So we move on to the second part of the program of the morning Mangalarati session from the Radha Gopinath Circle, which is the sharing of the Bhagavatam verse. So before we get on to the verse for the day, we shall do a short kirtan. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Jayo Gandharvika Giridhari Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Dev Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayana Namaskrityam Dharam Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you, Madhuri. We're reading from Canto 1, Chapter 9, titled The Passing Away of Bhishma Dev. We are in the 49th verse. That's the last verse for this, this particular chapter. Okay. So if someone can repeat after me. Pitra Chanumotah Raja
Pitra Chanumato Raja.
Pitra Chanumato Raja
Pitra Chanumato Raja.
Vasudevo Anumoditaha
Vasudevo Numoditaha.
Chakara Rajyam Dharmena
Chakara Rajyam Dharmena.
Pitra Paitamahan Vibhuhu.
Pitra Paitamaham Vibhuhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. After this, the great religious king, Maharaj Yudhishthir, executed the royal power in the kingdom strictly according to the codes of the royal principles approved by his uncle and confirmed by Lord Krishna. We'll go through a purport, very small, very interesting one. Maharaj Yudhishthir was not aware, not a mere tax collector. He was always conscious of his duty as a king, which is no less than that that of a father or a spiritual master. The king is to see the welfare of the citizens from the angles of social, political, economic, and spiritual upliftment. The king must know that the human life is meant for liberating the engaged soul from bondage of material conditions, and therefore his duty to see that citizens are properly looked after to attain the highest stage of perfection. Maharaj Yudhishthira followed these principles strict as will be seen from the next chapter. Not only did he follow principle, but he also got approval from his old uncle, who was experienced in political affairs, and that was also confirmed by Krishna, the speaker of the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Maharaj Yudhishthira is an ideal monarch, and monarchy under a trained king like Maharaj Yudhishthira is by far the most superior form of government, superior to modern republics or governments of the people, by the people. The mass people, especially in the age of Kali Yuga, are born Shudras, basically low born, ill trained, unfortunate, and badly associated. See what are all the adjectives given. They themselves do not know the highest perfection of aim of life. Therefore, votes casted by them actually have no value, and thus persons elected by such irresponsible votes cannot be responsible representatives like Maharaj Yudhishthira. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the first canto, 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Passing Away of Bhishma Dev in the Presence of Lord Krishna. Very, very nice verse. Before I even say anything, let me thank Prabhuji for giving me this opportunity for a purification. Let's start with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjala Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sahagrijatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण कृष्ण जय श्री प्रभुपाद। हरे कृष्णा। पितरः च अनुमोदः राजा वासुदेवो अनुमोदितः चकार राज्यं धर्मेण पितृपैतमहान् विभुः। After this, the great religious kings Maharaj Yudhishthira executed the royal power in the kingdom strictly according to the codes of the royal principles approved by his uncle and confirmed by Lord Krishna. So, firstly, I'm very happy. After 3 weeks wait, we are getting this service. See, actually, the Lord is very keen on pushing the devotees ahead of himself, right? We can see in this chapter also like this, right? What happened in the end of the previous chapter, chapter 8. So we saw Maharaj Yudhishthira lamenting, right? And then he was thinking at the end of the war that, oh, millions of soldiers have died, they have been killed, all this happened. Why? Just to make me the king. And he was kind of thinking that he was responsible, right, for all this. So interestingly, if you see, Lord Krishna first tried to console him and make him understand, but Yudhishthira Maharaj was not consoled, right? Not consoled by whom? The Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. However, what happened? was the Lord pushed forward another is of his own devotee, Bhishma Dev. Why? To tend the entire world. Bhishma Dev is not an ordinary person, right? Bhishma Dev is one of the Mahajan. He's better than me in a way. That's what Lord is trying to convey. And he consoled Yudhishthira Maharaj and gave the instructions to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So, similarly, we can see our leaders pushing all of us, saying, you all do the verses, right? It's not necessary that I need to keep doing that. He's given all of us an opportunity. That is why after 3 weeks, I'm getting this opportunity. So this kind of tendency, right, is seen in the spiritual world. The Lord and the devotees always push forward the other devotees. Like why we can see amongst devotees also, Vaishnavas. They always say, if you ask, oh, that Prabhuji is better than me, Prabhu. That devotee is better than me, Prabhu. So what happens in the material world? We push ourselves. We are the better than the rest. You give a mic to a politician, you know what happens, right? You don't know whether the, like we often say, if you have to say something about another person, oh, you don't know about that person. I shall tell you later about him. So that's the way we kind of chastise another person or bring down another person. Whereas in spiritual level, what happens is we always say, no, Prabhuji, he can speak better than us. He is much better devotee. I am not at all good. Every person, in fact, here is better than me. That is what is Lord following the similar method. Why? You can see Bhishma Dev is lying in a bed of arrows. Krishna decided to go with the plan of Bhishma Dev. That way, giving darshan before he departs. He also glorified Bhishma Dev by asking Yudhishthira Maharaj to accept, instructions from Bhishma Dev. So, but if you see here, Bhishma Dev is also very pleased to see Yudhishthira Maharaj. Remember, Yudhishthira Maharaj did not go. He came with his royal paraphernalia, beautiful chariot, wonderful helmet, all those people accompanying him. Why was Bhishma Dev happy? Because he had seen the entire Pandavas always suffering, right? He had even said that, I'm even surprised to see all of you alive. So many atrocities have happened against you. It is possible only why, I mean, a couple of verses back, right? 10th, 12th verse, he was saying, Vipra Dharma Achyuta Ashraya. Vishmadev was telling Yudhishthira, this is, you are in fact alive, you are able to manage all this because you've taken shelter under Vipra, that is Brahmana, Dharma, the principles of religion, and taken shelter of Achyuta Ashraya. You've taken shelter of Krishna. That way he pacifies by saying that, see, Lord Krishna was with you, Arjuna and Bhima were with you. You still had sufferings, so much sufferings. It's inconceivable, right? So it is only possible by the will of the Lord. So if the Lord did not want it, it wouldn't have happened. So please accept this position as a king. It's the will of the Lord. How beautifully he pacifies Yudhishthira Maharaj. And then we saw wonderful confluence of sages, right? So when Bhishma Dev was going to give various instructions on religious principles, you saw all of the sudden this entire exalted sages, munis from all over the universe came there. Imagine there was no WhatsApp group to send messages, no invites, no calling team telling, oh, please come, you are invited here, Bhishma Dev is going to pass away. No, simply the way sages knew, Arey, come, let's see Bhishma Dev. He is going to give instructions. And such a glorious way is going to pass away. Krishna would be there, Krishna Katha would be there. They just so beautifully, automatically come, right? So beautiful. Then we all saw Bhishma Dev leaving the body. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj performed his last rites. Now, immediately after the last rites, right, he leaves to, I don't know, yesterday's or day before yesterday's verse, it says Yudhishthira Maharaj left to Hastinapur. Why did he go there? Yes, he went there to console Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, right? See, in today's verse, what it says, after this, the great religious king, is look at the adjectives used here. Maharaj Yudhishthira executed royal power in the kingdom strictly according to the codes and royal principles, approved by his uncle and confirmed by Krishna. So, if one reads the translation, you will be wondering, what is this? So many atrocities was done by Dhritarashtra and on Pandavas. Now the kingdom is Yudhishthira Maharaj, right? Rightfully, right? Being the heirs of this kingdom. Now, if you see Dhritarashtra pushed Duryodhana as the king, and allowed Duryodhana with all his plans of killing the Pandavas. Of course, Duryodhana was not successful with the plans, but still Pandavas had to go through the difficulties, right? Problems associated with all the plans of Duryodhana every single time. After that, Yudhishthira Maharaj was invited to gambling. You can see how they made an attempt to disrobe Draupadi. So, and they say that, you cannot say Duryodhana did not tell Dhritarashtra. Okay, or Duryodhana cannot, or Dhritarashtra cannot say that I was not aware of Duryodhana's plans. Duryodhana's, see what happens is here, Dhritarashtra was always remained silent. They say that, right? Famous words, the verse always they say Maunam Sammati Lakshanam, right? Silence is an indication of an acceptance, right? So what he must be thinking, Duryodhana, look, my father is aware of all this. He is completely aware of my plans, my everything what I'm doing. He is silent, right? That way he's not opposing me, right? He's giving me approval. He must be thinking. So if you really see, it's a very challenging situation for the Pandavas. Cheated in the match, attempt to disrobe, I said, then exile for 12 plus 1, 13 years. Even after 13 years, when they come in, when they asked to fight, Pandavas wanted to, when they asked for 5 villages, that's all they asked, right? They did not want to fight. They did not want the war. Even that was not given to him. So that was also rejected by Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. So finally there was war. Suppose all of this has happened to you, right? Just imagine, devotees, if this was happened to us, cheated, insulted wife publicly, right? And because of our own strength, we won the war. Now, the person who is the cause for all this problem is standing right in front of you, powerless. Now, Yudhishthira Maharaj is all now in a position to give justice. Remember here, Maharaj Yudhishthira is Kshatriya, and Kshatriya is allowed to punish the miscreants. Give me a minute, I'll just switch on the fan. So, really apologies, just wanted to switch on the fan. So, so here was a position where Yudhishthira Maharaj standing right with the powerless the Dhritarashtra, and he could have, being a Kshatriya, he could have even killed him. I mean, why? If you go a lesser degree, he could have jailed Dhritarashtra, and he would have been still been justified. Okay, he gave respect as an elder, respective person. He could have even forgiven him. But what see what Yudhishthira Maharaj is doing. He's going one step above all this. Not only he forgave him, he's also respecting the Dhritarashtra, his own uncle, right? And taking instructions from him, taking permission. Can I be the king? How beautiful, how wonderful. This is the first quality we kind of learn from this verse, from this entire chapter, from the Yudhishthira Maharaj, is how equipoised he is. He's not deviating from the principles of religion, not getting deviated because of what Dhritarashtra has done to him. Throughout the Bhagavad Gita, we see the Supreme Lord Krishna instructing Sthita Prajna, equipoise, get over dualities. Common example, we can see heat, cold, happiness, distress. He keeps on repeating this over more than 24 times, I think. I don't know, more than that it could be. He's asking us to come over the dualities of what we have. Don't see this person is my enemy, he's this, he's another, this is my friend. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is a Sthita Prajna, and even Ajata Shatru. Actually, many times in the beginning, my understanding was Ajata Shatru means he doesn't have any enemies. But I was wondering, throughout Mahabharata, he's got so many enemies. Duryodhana, Dushasana, I mean, whatever, Shakuni, Dhritarashtra, all were his enemies, right? So here, later, I think I heard, definitely heard Varadakrishna Prabhu's classes, His Grace Varadakrishna Prabhu's classes, so beautifully explains about him. Here, Ajata Shatru means his consciousness is so clear that Yudhishthira Maharaj doesn't consider others to be his enemies. They all could be seeing, actually be enemies of Yudhishthira Maharaj. But Yudhishthira Maharaj consciousness is so clear, so very well, balanced, that he doesn't see them as enemies, right? So this quality of being Sthita Prajna, Ajata Shatru is being showcased here. We always sometimes think, no, all these qualities are too high for us, right? Not implementable. No. See how Yudhishthir, gave a wonderful example to all of us. Actually, there is this very famous story. I'm sure everyone has heard it. Okay, so I would want all of you to pay attentively hear the story. And like I said, you heard it many times. Why I'm asking to be attentive? It's got a life-changing, example from that. What we can learn from this. You all know that, right? The sadhu was passing by the banks of the river. He saw a beautiful tree, kind of going, bending to the river. It's almost touching the river. It is a wonderful scene. He said, not many people, hardly few people were sitting. He thought it's the best place to sit and chant. He started chanting, all right? So he saw that from one of the branches, there was a scorpion. Somehow he had fallen into the river and he was going to die. And guess what the sadhu did? He just jumped into the river and he was trying to scoop a little water, uh, along with the scorpion so that he could kind of come and throw it onto the land. As always, water doesn't stay in your palm, right? It kind of escaped. The moment the scorpion touched the his hand, what did it do? Reflex immediately bit him. So because of the bite, I mean, it's. I hope none of you have ever experienced a scorpion bite, right? I genuinely hope no one has experienced, but we all know that, right? From Garuda Puran, what it says, that is like a death of a 42,000 scorpions bite. It's that painful. It's very, very painful. Anyway, so as I said, reflex action, he threw it. So he felt compassion. Oh my God, the scorpion is going to die. I must do something. Again, he tried this with the scooping the hand water. So this happened about a couple of times. Each time, what was the scorpion doing? It was biting the sadhu, right? So one of them, what nearby saying, if sadhu, I thought you were very intelligent. You seem a very intelligent sadhu. You are a fool. Why are you helping? You'll die. Just come out. That scorpion's bite is very, very powerful. Please don't do it. Get out. So the sadhu, what he said was very, very important and life-changing. I always felt this was a beautiful story. So he said, look, the nature of the scorpion is to bite. Okay. And that's why it's biting. Now, my nature being a sadhu is to be compassionate. So why should I give up my nature of being compassionate? That is the quality of Adhyata Shakti. Just because you are coming in contact with someone who has got a who is lower in consciousness or lower in nature, why should I give up my nature or my consciousness? So beautiful, right? So just imagine, we live in our lives, we have so many of us whom we meet on a regular basis. Even in a devotee community, this will happen. Somebody or the other will come and agitate you, irritate you is a better, and simply, or we ourselves can get agitated. Oh, this Prabhu did not wish me. I said, Hare Krishna. He just walked off. Or you better is, this is very common. You did some service, somehow or the other, your leader omitted your name. Immediately, oh, this Prabhu hates me. We immediately conclude, this Mataji doesn't like me. So we immediately, what do? We take a lower position. We are lowering our guard. We are lowering our consciousness, right? What consciousness we are lowering into? Mode of passion, mode of ignorance, from mode of pure, maybe even mode of pure goodness also. From goodness, pure goodness, we are immediately jumping down. So this is what we do, right? Someone fights or shout at you. I'm talking about karmis here. We immediately say, wait, I'll show you how much I can fight. If he uses 2 galis, this person uses 4 more. I shall show you. That's who I am. That is precisely the mode of passion and ignorance. Very contagious, right? But in KC, in Krishna consciousness, we need to raise above these modes. We need to not only raise above these modes, we need to go to Shuddha Shattva, pure goodness. Okay. Now I have gone to this level. So it's important to say, here to stay. That is what is called Shrita Prajna, big study. Meaning coming out of dualities and remaining fixed in a way, right? Fixed, be clear. This is how devotees behave. Okay. Yudhishthira Maharaj just showed uh, how we should not retaliate or we should not act like normal people. This is very, very rare and advanced quality, I agree. But what we all need to is to try to achieve it, especially when the Lord is given these instructions. When Srimad Bhagavatam is giving these wonderful examples, our dear Guru Maharaj is always saying, say somewhere or other, he'll always say, develop this quality, be a Brahmana, be a Mahatma. So many times he keeps on saying. Our leaders on almost all the classes, Mathurapati Prabhu also would be given, develop these qualities in all the places where they get to share some shastras, they always conclude by this. So what we should do, yes, we agree as devotees we develop, but we should sincerely try. This is where we want to be. Okay, Sthita Prajna, I am here. What should I do to come up to this level? Okay, it is difficult, but we should at least endeavor. We should have a sincere desire. We should, and if you have this desire, we all know that as Paramatma, he always ensures that he helps us to, he gives that little lift to see that you reach there. So another quick example I'll give and then share the other two qualities. Ramachandra Puri and Ishwara Puri's example also. They were disciples of Madhavendra Puri. So Ishwara Puri during his last days nicely served Madhavendra Puri. But whereas Ramachandra Puri was always getting influenced by this Mayavada philosophy. Okay, he was always explaining, trying to explain to Madhavendra Puri, imagine his own guru, Mayavada philosophy. You should not be lamenting like this. You should be peaceful. Only then you can be focused on Brahman. You cannot cry Krishna, Krishna like this. This is not proper. Be peaceful. That is the way you can face death. Imagine all this to Madhavendra Puri. He was very angry with Ramachandra Puri. He said, you do not show my face. Get out of this place. Go out from here. Imagine. The guru telling us is like a curse, right? Spiritual master telling the disciple, I don't like you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see your face. Go away. Disaster for a disciple. It could be, right? So this, he didn't stop here. He started even criticizing all other Vaishnavas as well. He felt he was falling more and more down, criticizing, even criticized Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once. You all know that, right? Oh, you're eating so much. He said that you're eating so many sweets. That's why ants are there. So many in your mutton. Like, what would have an ordinary devotee done? Again, going back to our example, at least I'm talking about me. Oh, what you have talking to me, you know what you have done in the past. We access our random access memory. We go back to our memories. We may not even remember shlokas, but these things we remember very well. That way, you criticized me here, you criticized did that there. Very, very immediate behavior, right? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he do? He stopped eating and told him, oh, you are like my guru. Thank you. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing this quality, right? Of course, Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. But why I'm explaining is that no matter what other people are saying, right? Never get agitated. Never get irritated. Don't lower your levels of consciousness, right? That is the right action. So in this verse also, if you say Vasudeva Anumoditaha, it says, so Yudhishthira Maharaj not only took guidance from his uncle, he also took guidance from Krishna because he is Naradeva. He is appointed by Krishna, ruling the kingdom on behalf of the Lord. Right? When power and position comes, what happens? They forget everyone. But here, very clearly, Yudhishthira Maharaj showed this quality. This is the second quality we shall highlight on. Whenever we get some influential position and power or managerial position, you should lead by referring to the Supreme Lord. Arjuna was fortunate. Of course, he was always having Lord with him. He could ask Lord directly. But what do we have? Right? Lord was present. We do not have Lord being present with us. We are not so pure. We have Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. What do we do when we face a challenge? So in case we cannot ask our spiritual master directly, of course, our Guru Maharaj replies to each and every mail. It could be a day or two, right? So if you cannot have the time, if you need an urgent, so you always reach out to a mentor, counselors, whatever you want to name them, Mathurapati Prabhu. He will definitely ensure that from the Shastras, he will always give instructions. In the sense, relying on, taking shelter on Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So many places there are some live lessons for us. We might forget. He will ensure that leaders will ensure they're taking instruction from the scriptures through Guru, through the mentors. It's the duty of the leader. It's also mentioned here, says, right, who has experience in political, so some politics from, he learned also these, what says, but got his approval from his, was experience in political affairs. So he got some political, prowess from Dhritarashtra also is mentioned. So kings have to, uplift socially and economically. This we all know that, right? This was being done. In fact, if you see the purport, it says that is the most important upliftment, which is spiritual upliftment. Okay, if it is not done, there's a king is not doing a proper job, right? This is one of the main reasons why Krishna wanted to replace Duryodhana by Yudhishthira Maharaj, so that the praja were benefited. So if you see, really, there is no mention that in this 13 years of Duryodhana's rule, what do you call that? Economic and social upliftment was not there. Yes, that was all going fine, but there was no spiritual upliftment. Okay, how will you come out of the cycle of birth and death? The other two upliftment of social and economic, we may have to leave it here only, right? Only a spiritual upliftment we can carry further. We'll be born again as a dog, whatever, cat, or if you're lucky, you can be a human being. So spiritual upliftment is, if it is not done, the job is not done. There's a wonderful explanation in, I think in 5th canto, Rishabhadev's, I don't have time here, we'll quickly go through this. So in one of the verses, it says, one cannot deliver if this dependence rather, from the path of repeated birth and death. You should never become a spiritual master or a father, husband, mother. Wonderful words. I mean, it's very powerful. Surely I need to learn a lot from that particular verse. So Vedic culture, what is there? There is a goal. What is the goal? It's to reconnect. It's somehow or the other we have fallen down or lost our connection to the Supreme Lord. How can we reunite? How can we reunite with Supreme Lord? If that should be the only goal, only then we can progress. So we have many goals, right? Materially, I remember everyone writing down. I mean, even few children who want to do well in sports. I want to be good in golf. You cannot do golf, practice half an hour and be an expert, get to become Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods spent hours together. You cannot just play half an hour and say, I want to become Tiger Woods. So same way for us, we all devotees must have a spiritual goal. This is given in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Develop the goal. Goal is Krishna Prema, going back home, back to God. We cannot be happy living in our areas, Kempapura, Yalanka. Oh, we cannot say HRBR is close to temple. I'm very happy, Prabhuji. No, this is not a place to live here. We have to go home. Start serving the Supreme Lord. We have to connect with Krishna, redevelop that lost love. Right? So, we can write down in a large piece of paper and write this goals in our homes or boards. We can write, right? This decision is going to help me. Every time you take any decisions in your life, you have to just look at the board. Oh, this is my goal. I've got a promotion. Is this going to help me? Does it mean I have to put more hours? I cannot read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita? No, I will reject this. Okay, my current job is much better. I will not jump to a new job. Okay, because my goal is Krishna Prema. Okay, not Maya Prema. Okay, I must take all the actions such a way that I achieve this goal. This kind of a reminder, so we can put that. So I heard some devotees put in care of. So which means he knows that in this house or this particular job is just I am temporarily given this. I'm a caretaker. Otherwise, I need to go back. Something like this. Of course, here it very clearly saying that. Not of the people, by the people. These quote the very strong words. Votes cast by the normal people has no value. This person selected by irresponsible votes cannot be responsible. So, very nicely written purport. So, this is the third lesson we learn. So, unless you have a spiritual goal, you cannot act accordingly, right? Of course, kings were given much more responsible, Varnashrama Dharma, how a Brahmana should act, a Vaishya should. That way, very clear goals were given to the king. So it's already 9:47, 9:48. So I would like to end here. There were three clear lessons we learned: how we should be Sthita Prajna, Ajata Shatru, equipoised. As a leader, we must guide our dependence towards Krishna. Whatever little influence, you need not be CEO or temple president or a preacher, sector leader. No, you just can influence a person sitting next to you. He could be a lunch mate, bus mate, two-wheeler mate, car mate, whatever. Can I say something about Krishna? Can I make him to chant? That should be the goal as a leader, right? And then we need to have a goal, and that goal should be towards Krishna. Okay. Thus, I would end today. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, पतित पावन गुरुदेव की जय, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे.
Hari Hari Bol.
Needless to say, if anyone has got any other points, I could just, from all the lectures and understanding, could point a few like this. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Over to
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for your wonderful class. So, how Yudhishthir Maharaj, he realized himself and how he became Ajata Shatru also. So, we cannot become like that. However, we can try to imbibe some qualities. So, in the translation, after this great religious King Maharaj Yudhishthir executed the royal power in the kingdom strictly according to the codes of royal principles. Here, two things. One is approved by his uncle, confirmed by Lord Krishna. These two things, we also should follow it. We may get approval, but final green signal, final confirmation, we should get from Guru Maharaj. When Guru Maharaj gives it, then everything will be auspicious for us. Otherwise, we will be doing on our own. We mentally concoct, I have proposed this one. I purchased a certain thing, I can use it. Even before purchasing, we must seek the guidance. If you purchase something on your own, so it may not that much work out. We need to consult the Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, I am trying to utilize it. So how do you guide me like that? Okay, so nice, Prabhu. We got so many points, and I congratulate you and all the devotees because we have completed another chapter in first chapter. And tomorrow I take the opportunity to start a new chapter, that is the 10th chapter. And this 9th chapter, how we all, shared all the devotees, we memorized and we dwelled into the pastimes of Bhishmadev. And it is actually, it's not a deathbed actually. It is an art of leaving the body and inviting all the demigods and various others and citizens of the planets, and they should also learn how you remember Krishna and leave the body. And for this reason, Krishna has orchestrated and he facilitated not only the human beings on the earthly planets, but also from the various other planets also. So in this way, this chapter went on very nice. I'm very happy that you all had taken part by studying and hearing so many lectures. And though you have so many other works also, you kept it aside and gave priority for Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, we can be purified without any doubt. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. And next chapter, first canto, 10th chapter is the Supreme Lord. His project work has been done now. Now he is going back to his Dham Dwarka. Now he enacts the Dwarka pastimes there. And His Grace Jagashankh Prabhu and His Grace Srivas Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, they had taken us to Dwarka. And the awesome pastimes Prabhuji has narrated in front of us is as good as it was just happening in our presence. Krishna Balram and walking, and they were fighting with the Jarasandha army. It was so wonderful. So please pray for all the Bhagavatam speakers so that we can nicely share these pastimes and we can surely progress in our Krishna consciousness. I will keep it open for all the other 35 devotees, those who have joined. So please come on the video, ask a question, or if you want to add on to these words, you are welcome. After this task is done, then we go for the announcements. Hare Krishna, over to Varadaraj.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Devotees, I know whatever we try by 6:40, we cannot complete because the nectar is so much we feel like talking. So pardon us. So, but please quickly, if there is any sharing, any doubts, any clarification on this wonderful verse, you would like
Hare
to.
Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
I really enjoyed the class. It was very nice to hear as to especially the analogy that you mentioned of the scorpion, as to how even though we go through many tribulations, we're not supposed to leave what is the quality of a Vaishnava. We are not supposed to leave that and act whimsically. So it was very nice. Prabhu. I enjoyed the class. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thanks to all the Vaishnavas who explained it this so beautifully. I just copied them. Thank you, Mataji. We should not lower our consciousness. That's a very nice takeaway. Yes, anybody else? Just one more person, 6:54. Very quickly, please. I humbly request. Weekdays.
ಪ್ರಭು ದಂಡವತ್ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ್ ಪ್ರಭು
Ah,
ತುಂಬಾ
Mali.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಭು
Thank you, Ma.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇವರು ಯುಧಿಷ್ಠಿರ ಮಹಾರಾಜರನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕನ್ಸೋಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ರೆ ವಿಶ್ವ ದೇವರನ್ನು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಭು ಇದು ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ತರ ಭಗವಂತ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಗ್ರೇಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಎಂತ ಅದು ಅವರನ್ನು ಎಲಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೌದು ಸೊ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ತುಂಬಾ ಒಂಥರ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅನಿಸಿತು.
That I gave a comparison because what Prabhu is doing to us, you all give the Bhagavatam class. Very well know we are not qualified. But why? Because we can, like Prabhu said, we are spending time, we are reading, we are hearing, writing down at least 1 hour we spend to give a class like this. So that will going to help us. That way we are indirectly being glorified. So that's the quality of a Vaishnava. Innobbarna munde haki ಇವರೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋರು. When you get credit, you always push.
ಹೌದು ಚಂದ ಇದೆ ಪ್ರಭು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ.
So this we need to learn from Krishna, learn from his instructions, being equipoised. Thank you, Mataji. Inyaru ilva? Announcements ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಾ?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Boliye, Mataji.
Prabhuji, you told we suddenly criticize, but we won't remember the slokas. I liked that one, Prabhuji. Thanks. I learned, Prabhuji. Thanks, a very nice class, Prabhuji.
Yeah, we somehow remember 3 years back also what happened, but 3 days back we would have read a verse we can't remember.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'm sorry, this is our
Same
reality.
thing.
So
No,
I
same thing
myself.
with me, Prabhuji. Same thing with me. Please bless me, Prabhuji. I have to.
Prabhu's here. We can definitely pray to all our Gurudevs, all those exalted Guru Maharajas of all in entire Acharyas. We can pray. Definitely their blessings will be there on us, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thanks,
we'll
Prabhuji.
see you also
Hare
giving
Krishna.
a class soon.
Yes, thanks, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Hare
Thank you. So it's 6:56. Sorry, we have to stick to our 7. Beyond 7, we cannot go. So let's. Any special announcements? Any exam going kids? Any results? Any Thanksgivings?
Yes, 19th and 22nd, 2 exams are there.
Okay, huge exam, Prabhuji. Prabhu, 18th our service, right, Prabhu?
19th Sunday is Pallaki, Narsimha.
Pallaki. Yes.
And 22nd and Narsimha Chaturdasi is Kalsa service.
Okay. Sure, Prabhu. So Prabhu, what he's saying is, you all must know what we are talking about, right? It's our Brahmotsava, our temple birthday, right? So, and definitely 22nd is a very, very auspicious day. But Prabhu somehow or the other has taken lovely services. This time we get to decorate the Pallaki. Imagine we are making the seat for the Lord. We are making the wonderful Pallaki for the Lord. And also we get to,
Yes.
somehow, I don't know what punyas we have done. Prabhu's given us the service where we can actually be lifting the Lord and going for nice rounds. So that is one service. And if you think, oh, Matajis, we cannot have a role in it, we have grabbed a wonderful service. All the kalashas on that 22nd will be done by us. I think if I'm right, 108 or one plus kalashas, right, Prabhu?
I think, Prabhu.
Yes.
We'll
So,
confirm it.
yeah, so over 108 kalasha. This was actually a service which Grace Parabhakti Mataji used to grab these. But over a period, I don't know what some changes have happened, but we are getting that back. So all Matajis, in fact, whoever is not working, please keep 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, all the days, 5 days you come to morning, afternoon, night, all prasadam is there. Don't even worry. You can just come, participate nicely, see all the things. If some small service is there through your leaders, you please perform that. And then on that day, everybody get to clean the coconut, apply those haldi, keep ready the chombu, the kalasha, and then we get a lot of services that day. So please get in touch with this service. Please get in touch with Parabhakti Mataji and all those people who are creative. Sugopika Mataji, Asha Mataji, Manlim, whoever did that. And Rath Yatra, during the Rath Yatra, our team has given the decoration for the backstage and decoration for Ratha and other things. Please remember that wonderful service we are getting now to perform in the temple for the hasana of the lordships. So please grab this and participate in large numbers. The mercy which we are going to get in these days are very special. So if you want some special mercy, please give your names to your leaders. Anything else, Prabhu?
Okay, so kindly contribute liberally
Yes.
the donation. We have
yes, we have taken a slightly steeper target because
we have
yes.
Committed. So
Yes,
request all of you to kindly make it a grand success.
Sure, Prabhu.
Pleasure of Sri Lakshmi Narasimhadev on the occasion
Yes.
of Narasimha Chaturdasi, and also
Yes.
keep yourself ready for Nirjal to do. No, 22nd, 22nd we are
Till evening, no, Prabhu?
Nirjal. Only 22nd Nirjal.
Okay, evening break.
Breaking is in the evening. Yeah. Why to
Evening.
jump for breaking?
Okay, I just wanted to, for the office goers, please note the office goers who cannot present, the least service you can do is Lakshmi Seva, right? You cannot give your time, you cannot give your senses, cannot be engaged. Okay, at least Lakshmi, you take it and say, okay, I'm not able to come. Let me support the team. Okay, please be liberal, give your Lakshmi to the leader, Malini Mataji. You can go